Someone once wrote, "To be human is to feel inferior." Did you know that there's probably not a human being alive who doesn't have feelings of inferiority? He or she may not be born with them, but such feelings are soon developed. Will Rogers said, "We're all ignorant only about different things, and it's also true that we are all inferior in different ways." The person with a healthy, happy attitude toward his or her world recognizes his or her inferiorities as a normal part of being human. The neurotic or unbalanced people hate themselves for their inferiorities. They feel they represent weaknesses and abnormalities when they really do nothing of the kind. Well-adjusted people frankly admire others for their talents and abilities without feeling envious. In fact, they don't even bring themselves into comparison at all. They're happily resigned to the fact that they're not the best-looking, best-built, smartest, most talented, fastest, cleverest, funniest, most engaging people on earth. Without even thinking about it, they seem to know that every person is a potpourri of strengths and weaknesses inherited from all of his ancestors. No two of them were alike, but each one has a slightly different strong point with the standard collection of weaknesses. If we have knobby knees or big feet or an off-kilter figure, or have to wear glasses or fail to cause people of the opposite sex to tear at our clothes as we walk down the street, or can't do complicated mathematical equations in our heads, we still represent that which we've been given. The most intelligent and healthy thing we can do about it is to make best use of what we do have, and what we have is considerable. The experts say that each of us has deep reservoirs of ability, even genius, that we habitually fail to make use of. We fail to make use of our own private and individual talents because we're caught up in the absurd and impossible game of trying to be like other people who could no more be like us than we could be like them. We forget that other people feel inferior too. Since there's no one else on earth just like us, how can we be inferior? We are, each of us, one of a kind, defying rigid comparison by any measuring stick. The next time you're in a room full of people, remember that every one of them feels inferior to some degree in many areas, just as you and I do. Consider your strong points, be yourself, and join the human race. Try to concentrate on things that take your mind and your interest away from yourself. If you spend your life trying to match the strong points of others, you're doomed to a life of frustration and despair, and you never develop your own strong points. One day a few years back, I